Hello and welcome to another episode of Watching Washington. It's Friday, March 13th, and I'm Julia Moran. Here's a look at the top stories of the week. We start with recent updates on the Iran war. March 10th was declared the most intense day of bombing in the conflict so far. And new this Friday morning, the Associated Press is reporting that all 6 crew members aboard a U.S. military refueling aircraft were killed after a crash. That brings the death toll to U.S. service members to 13. Within the first 10 days of the war, at least 147 service members were injured. According to ABC News, a majority of the injuries have been minor, and 108 returned to duty quickly. Injuries thus far are higher than the Pentagon initially expected. In a briefing on the war, Hegseth had this to say regarding the severity.
Iran stands alone, and they are badly losing. On day 10 of Operation Epic Fury, we are winning. We will not relent until the enemy is totally and decisively defeated.
Looking at the Iran side, Iranian officials say the new supreme leader is safe after rumors spread online of health issues. The son of Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian said the country's new supreme leader is safe after online speculation. According to reports, Mojtaba Khamenei was recently injured during attacks in Iran, but officials say he is alive and recovering. Khamenei was named supreme leader earlier this month after his father, Ali Khamenei, was killed in airstrikes near Tehran. CNN reports he has long been a powerful figure in Iran with close ties to the Revolutionary Guard. The Associated Press says Khamenei has not been seen in public since taking over leadership, and during a news conference today, U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth said the new leader is wounded and likely disfigured. Hegseth did not provide any evidence, though, to that claim. Looking at the conflict's effects, the main shipping route for oil, the Strait of Hormuz, is compromised. Iran laid a few dozen mines in the Strait of Hormuz. According to CNN, Iran still has 80 to 90% of its mine layers and could easily lay hundreds more. President Donald Trump insists that Iran removes any mines placed or the situation will escalate. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth posted on X that the U.S. Central Command has been removing mine layers from the area. The military also destroyed Iranian naval ships traveling near the Strait of Hormuz. According to AOL, the oil traffic through the area is down almost 90%. The drop in traffic increased the price of shipping and overall oil distribution, raising gas prices. This also creates a higher risk of delays and shortages for the future. The Israeli military carried out several waves of airstrikes across Lebanon, including the capital Beirut. Hezbollah, the Iranian-backed terror organization, launched around 200 rockets into northern Israel. At least 687 people, including 98 children, were killed in the Israeli attacks in Lebanon, with 800,000 being displaced, according to Lebanese authorities. The Israeli military claims 2 of their soldiers were also killed in combat in Lebanon. Several buildings in Beirut's southern suburbs were destroyed or badly damaged. The Israel Defense Forces initially said they were carrying out waves of strikes targeting Hezbollah infrastructure in southern Lebanon and Beirut. They have not since commented on the strike's landing. Thousands of Lebanese are displaced and attacks moved into the city of Beirut. We'll continue to follow this as it develops. Continuing to look at the conflict's international implications, NATO intercepted a second Iranian missile over Turkish airspace Monday, according to Reuters. Its intention and direction remain unclear. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan warned Iran to stop attacks after the missile's interception over the city of Diyarbakir. Erdogan's warning is not official, so no NATO articles have been invoked yet. This could lead to participating countries in NATO convening under safety threats, according to Article 4. Participating countries in the North Atlantic Treaty Organization include Turkey and the U.S., opening possibilities for NATO intervention in the ongoing Iran conflict. Turning away from the war, new data shows inflation in the U.S. held steady last month. The latest consumer price index shows annual inflation was 2.4% in February, the same as January. On a monthly basis, prices rose 0.3%. Energy costs were one of the main reasons for the price increase, with prices in that category rising 0.6%. Economists say recent tensions in the Middle East could push energy prices even higher in the coming months. Looking closer at gas prices in the U.S., the Strait of Hormuz is closure halted passage of 20% of the world's oil. Due to the closure, oil prices have jumped from an average $28 a barrel to a range of $70 to $98. Due to this, the average U.S. gas price was about $3.60 on Thursday, as opposed to $2.94 a month prior. An analysis published Thursday by Goldman Sachs predicted these prices will hold, if not increase, over the next couple months. Up next, how severe weather threatened large parts of the Midwest, plus a key special election in Georgia before the upcoming midterm elections. Stay with us. More Watching Washington next.
University, we're not just students, we're future leaders. Join Air Force ROTC to embark on a journey of honor, excellence, and service. Learn, lead, and soar to new heights. It's not just a commitment, it's a calling. Purdue Air Force ROTC, where dreams take flight. Are you ready to rise?
I got a switch in my head. I go from living to dead. You got me seeing all red. Now I'm becoming.
We are energetic, we are motivating, and we are unique.
I don't think you can beat Quidditch.
We have our meetings where people can come in, write, draw on cards. We send them over to specific hospitals.
So I joined Letters of Love because the original creator of Letters of Love, her mom had cancer growing up, and she took all of these letters that her mom had made. So being able to give back to an organization that can make these kids feel like human again was the most important thing to me.
Anyone is welcome here. You don't have to be queer to come here. You're welcome to just come in, stop by, say hi to people.
I feel like it's helped me find my friend group. I don't think that without this place I would have had such a strong, close-knit social group as I've formed here.
On Tuesday evening, severe storms hit parts of the Midwest, including tornadoes and large hail. The storm system destroyed homes, damaged power lines, and caused multiple tornado reports in Illinois and northern Indiana. 2 people were killed near Lake Village, Indiana, when their home was hit by the storm. The National Weather Service said the tornado was an EF3. As a powerful storm passed over Kankakee, Illinois, locals reported seeing a large tornado. The same storm system produced another tornado near Pontiac, Illinois, before moving eastward into northern Indiana. Officials reported damage to several homes and businesses, and power lines were destroyed in some areas. Officials currently report 2 deaths from these storms. The storm also brought massive hail, with reports of ice balls exceeding 5 inches in diameter in Illinois.
It was intense. The windows were getting knocked out of the houses. The golf ball size hail, bigger than golf ball, softball size hail. After the storm, we came out. Our fence was gone. Everything was gone. Came down here to check out our shed, which is totaled. There's a bus in there, boats, cars. But you know, life's are safe. Everybody's safe. I thank God all of our friends live across the river. One of the families of ours, really good friends, they were trapped in their basement. One of our buddies, cops, he got them out. Thank God nobody's died and everybody's safe. That's a good thing that matters.
Looking at the South, a special election in Georgia will proceed to a runoff after no candidate received a majority of the vote. CNN projects that Democrat Sean Harris and Republican Clay Fuller will proceed to a special runoff election in Georgia's 14th congressional district. The seat was previously held by Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's a former close associate of President Trump, later becoming a critic and quitting Congress earlier this year after publicly cutting ties with the president. Fuller quit his district attorney position to enter this special election. After receiving Trump's endorsement, he quickly emerged from a crowded Republican field. Harris, the Democratic candidate, is a former U.S. Army brigadier general who ran against Greene in 2024 but lost by nearly 30 percentage points.
Our goal was to come out of tonight winning this election, being number one at the top. And that's exactly where we are. And now we're going against Fuller. President Trump came here 2 weeks ago. And guess what? His candidate came in second place. And I'm a firm believer that when we get on head to head come April 7th, you're going to be talking to me again because we're going to win it.
On the Republican side, Fuller shared this message with voters.
I feel like I'm the most dangerous candidate in the race. That's how I feel. We've got the president's endorsement. I spent my morning with my pastor, so I feel like God's on our side. And we just got to get out there, continuing to contact voters, make sure that they're getting out and voting. So we feel really confident, feel really great. Obviously, the president's endorsement makes all the difference in the world in Georgia 14. So we're just making sure that we're reminding voters throughout this campaign and throughout today that we're the Trump-endorsed candidate.
Coming out of New York City, 2 teenagers are accused of throwing a makeshift bomb outside New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani's home Monday. The device did not explode, but the suspects allegedly used it during an anti-Islam protest outside Mamdani's home, as CNN reports. Both suspects planned this attack, citing their inspiration from watching ISIS videos online. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch made this public safety announcement.
The defendants were inspired by ISIS to carry out their attack. There should be no confusion about what ISIS constitutes. It is a designated foreign terrorist organization responsible for deadly terrorist attacks across the globe and has taken credit for mass casualty attacks in Europe, the Middle East, and right here in the United States. And as alleged, both defendants have admitted that they acted on Saturday because of ISIS.
As a response to the attack, the mayor called for peace in this message.
Extremism and hatred of any kind will not be tolerated in our city. And that is regardless of whatever ideology motivates any person to commit an act of violence. There is no tolerance for it here.
At the weekend, the 98th Annual Academy Awards ceremony will take place this Sunday night, and extra security measures are underway as a result of a potential threat to California from Iran. The FBI issued a memo from its Los Angeles office to local law enforcement. There is no specific threat to the Oscars, but organizers plan to be prepared. During a press conference Wednesday, producers said they will be working with local, state, and federal agencies. Governor Gavin Newsom posted a message on X saying he is also monitoring any potential threats to the Golden State. The warning stems from unverified information that surfaced before the U.S. and Israel launched airstrikes against Iran. Lines at security checkpoints stretched for hours at airports across the country to start the week, as the partial government shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security continues. With the start of spring break, CNN reporter Ivan Rodriguez explains what travelers can expect.
Funding for the Department of Homeland Security lapsed in mid-February amid the standoff between Republicans and Democrats over federal immigration reform.
With everything going on in the last couple of weeks, I think people could be forgiven for forgetting that we are in a partial government shutdown and that many of the impacted employees happen to work at the TSA.
Eric Rosen with The Points Guy says one of the reasons why we're seeing long lines at some major airports across the country is because TSA workers are set to miss their first paycheck this week.
Which means some of them probably have to call out. Some of them probably have to take other jobs so they can't meet their regular shifts, which has been resulting in bottlenecks at some major airports.
Over the last few days, some of the airports witnessing the longest TSA security lines include Houston's William P. Hobby Airport, Louis Armstrong New Orleans International Airport, and Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport.
I would say as the shutdown drags on, we're only likely to see more and more bottlenecks, not just at the airports that have been affected so far, but at further airports as well.
Rosen says one way future travelers can prepare is by staying on top of any and all updates from your airline and airport.
Stay on top of the social media handles and the websites of any airports you're flying through to see if they monitor the security wait times and how up to date they are, and also to give yourself plenty of extra time. I'm thinking a good 30 to 60 minutes more than you normally would.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
If you are flying somewhere for spring break, expect a lot of company at the airports. AAA is predicting an increase in spring break travel this year. Their experts also say travel will be more expensive. The group says airline flights are 2% more expensive to U.S. hotspots like Florida. That's compared to last year. In fact, the average price for a round-trip ticket is about $815. Thank you for watching. We won't have a show next week, but we will be back with more Watching Washington in 2 weeks.